Good morning, everybody. Happy July 17th. We're going to continue reading from Sun Tzu's Art of War. July is all about maneuvering, and the 17th is pretty much hitting the nail on the head. Let your rapidity be that of the wind, your compactness be that of the forest. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Okay, so what this means for me and the meaning that I derive: move swiftly, move quietly, and move unseen, just like the wind. So tying into some of the other lessons we've learned from Sun Tzu about, don't let your enemies know what you're doing, right? Don't let your competitors know what you're doing. So be unseen, be unheard, move quickly, move rapidly. Your compactness be that of the forest. Be small, be tight, move together. That is that one. Let's go to a alternate translation. Let's see. Therefore, when it moves swiftly, it is like the wind. When it goes slowly, it is like a forest. It is rapacious as fire, immovable as mountains. That might be tomorrow's, but in this translation, they are combined with, so like Li Quan and Wang Chi and Dumu, they all have some stuff to say about this. Li Quan says, "It is swift as the wind in that it comes without a trace and withdraws like lightning. It is like a forest in that it is orderly. It is rapacious as fire across a plain, not leaving a single blade of grass. It is immovable as a mountain when it garrisons." Wang Chi says, "It is swift as the wind in the speed which it rushes into openings." Dumu says, "It is so fiery and fierce that none can stand up to it." Jia says, "When it sees no advantage in action, it remains as immovable as a mountain, even though opponents try to lure it out." I think that's probably my favorite interpretation of it. Okay, so yes, I mean, you move quickly but stay together, right? I like this: when it sees no advantage in action, it remains immovable as a mountain. So I think he just kind of like ascribed a little bit of a deeper meaning, but he also kind of took this translation where slowly like a forest, but the other one is compact like a forest. And so in that sense, that actually can help draw two different meanings, but it does go to show that the words, like slow or compact, I guess, how those can, if you know anything about languages, but that's besides the point. So tell me from those guys what you guys thought about that. We're hitting 3 minutes. So July 17th, and let's try to bring in West philosophy to East wisdom. Don't abandon others or yourself. As you move forward along the path of reason, people will stand in your way. They will never be able to keep you from doing what's sound, so don't let them knock out your goodwill for them. Keep a steady watch on both fronts, not only for well-based judgments and actions, but also for gentleness with those who obstruct our path or create other difficulties. For getting angry is also a weakness, just as much as abandoning the task or surrendering under panic. For doing either is an equal desertion, the one by shrinking back and the other by estrangement from family and friend. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 11.9. So, just before we move on to Holiday's take, but also for gentleness with those who obstruct our path or create other difficulties. Regardless of what you do now, that just reminds me of so many times in my life when I've been young and encountered the tranquility of older people when you interrupt them. So this gentleness for those who obstruct our path or create difficulties. I mean, that is coming from Mark is pretty powerful, given that it's something that I've witnessed come from older people throughout my life, and now is something that you or I mean I know that I do as well. When people just kind of interrupt you, it's like you just kind of let it like it's no big deal, and just that just piggybacks off of don't burn out. Keep energy for the unexpected. We know that these unknown variables exist. We know our known knowns, our known unknowns, our unknown knowns, and our unknown unknowns. And so just always keep something in the reserves, whether it's your energy or your cash for investments. When everything, there's nothing's ever in equilibrium these days, it seems like. And so like you just have to be able to have cushion all around. And your words and your actions and your spirit. Be nice, be gentle, be firm though. Steel hand, velvet glove stuff. Okay, so let's see what Mr. Holiday says about Marcus's verse. As we begin to make progress in our lives, we'll encounter the limitations of the people around us. It's like a diet. When everyone is eating unhealthy, there's a kind of natural alignment. But if one person starts eating healthy, suddenly there are opposing agendas. Now there's an argument about where to go for dinner. Just as you must not abandon your new path simply because other people may have a problem with it, you must not abandon those other folks either. Oh, man. That is the struggle of life. Forget the question, what is the meaning of life? How do I follow my new path without feeling like I'm letting down my family members and my friends, and also not abandoning them at the same time because they're my family and I love them and they've always been there for me? And it's just so many existential questions. I just can't get my head around it. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Don't simply write them off or leave them in the dust. Don't get mad or fight with them. After all, they're at the same place you were not long ago. There's way too much to say there for reflection that I'm trying to keep daily in under 10 minutes. That July 17th is packed. 717. When everyone is eating, there's a natural alignment. I mean, I get wax philosophical about the state of nations and states of decay and falls of Roman empires and correlations, but not all of those necessarily equal causations. And we can't be afraid of history for fear of the future and things like that. So I'm going to leave this open to y'all. If you feel like you've found any deeper meaning in any of these verses, then let me know. But real quick before we go, in the next 45 seconds or so, let's try to tie these two together. So let's just repeat Sun Tzu. Let your rapidity be that of the wind, your compactness be that of the forest. Beautiful. So just like he says here, as we progress in our lives, we're going to encounter limitations of people around us. Just as you must not abandon your new path simply because other people may have a problem with it, move swiftly as the wind. You must not abandon those other folks either. Stay true to your roots. Be compact like the forest. Don't stay strong and grounded as you move forward, chasing your path. Stand tall.